Back to Love and Romance Tarot readings. I'm excited to get into today's video because today we're going to do a pick a card for the singles. We're going to see what's coming in. We're going to see what Spirit has planned, everything going on in the background, every detail we could possibly get for your love life moving forward and what's really happening now, singles. That is our pick a card. So my Etsy shop is in the description. If you'd like a private tarot reading, you can find me on there. Also, if you need any custom spell work done, that is offered there too. And pause the video if you need more time with the piles. You can always pick more than one pile. We have group number 1 with the pink stone, group number 2 with the orange stone, group number 3 with the white stone, and group number 4 with the purple stone. So like I said, pause the video if you need more time, but we're just going to jump right into it. All right, singles, group 1 with the pink stone. We're going to be using the Arcanum Tarot for you today, and we are going to see what is going on for you in love. Let me fix this camera. Spirit, this is for group 1 with the pink stone. What is going on for the singles in group 1 in love? Well, we got the first house. Wow, we got Leo, the lover, and Venus. So right away, Spirit is talking. So singles, the first house rules your, some people say like the mask you wear. Your first house represents your rising. It's the same placement essentially. So like say your rising is in Scorpio and Scorpio is having like some crazy opposition or square with Mars and Venus, that would basically say that your first house of self is going through changes and having struggles and oppositions, kind of coming for it right now. So your first house is heavily influencing your love life. It says physical body, outlook, self-image, philosophy, consciousness, awakening, expression, entry point. These are all words that describe the first house. So for you singles, it looks like you're ready for love. We got Venus with love, and then we have Leo, the lover. Leo, expressive, creative, loving, joyful, warm, overt, flirtatious, like you're ready. That's like an energy of action and action-oriented energy. Also a self-expressive energy. You're not trying to hide yourself. You're not ashamed of who you are. You feel really proud, and it's likely a new confidence that you're going through group 1. And you may have gone through a physical glow up. You may have been hitting the gym. You may have been really conscious about what you put into your body in terms of food, in terms of content even. But there's definitely an energy of people noticing that. And I also feel like there's an energy here of people responding to it differently. So you're getting more attention these days. There's an energy of you throwing out positive energy. Honestly, it feels kind of sacral based for some of you. You may be like quite literally feeling yourself. There could be an energy of you really indulging in like self-purpose and self-pleasure, things that make you happy, being artistic, spending time on your own. And then we have Venus here. So I'm getting positive energy so far for the singles of group 1. Venus is all about beauty, harmony, romance, charm, receiving, sensuality, like I was saying before, luxury, wealth, magnetism. So your magnetism is increasing very, very intensely these days. I feel like you guys have been going through a physical or visible glow up, like people can see it. Things are changing. Wow, we also got the 5th house of passion and the sun, being. So it's so funny how we started with the first house, the house of self, and then we have the sun coming out, being. So this lets me know that the changes you've gone through recently are solidifying now. So you'll be building new foundations on this in the future, which also makes sense as to why you're so ready for things to come in, and you're being more open with your energy, because you're truly in control and in alignment. It's not like a false sense of confidence. It's not like, oh, I'm trying to do the most to get people. It's like, no, me being in my power, being in my own energy is attracting, you know, what it is that I'm looking for. So if I had to say, so far, group 1, it looks like your magnetism is what it's attracting love for you. We'll keep going. The 5th house of passion, performance, entertainment, creativity, costume, love affairs, joy, pleasure. You guys may have a sneaky link. You guys may have a sneaky link or someone that you're talking to at this time. You may have multiple people that you're talking to at this time. And then we have the sun with being, and that one says essence, energy, self-awareness, life force, spirit, creativity. A lot of signs of creativity and a lot of signs of expression coming out for you, group 1. So all of these things are attracting love towards you and changing your circumstances in love. You may also be in this interesting point in your journey where people are trying to gain control on you, over you, but they ultimately can't. It's weird. We have taking it easy on you with the fox. So there's someone in your energy that feels like they're taking it easy on you. They don't feel like you can handle them, and they're full dark masculine or dark feminine, their dark energy. They don't feel like you can really like keep up with their dark side. They feel like you can't play the game. You're someone that they still have to take really seriously, and that's either intentional on your end or honestly just illusion, because we have enchantment and intensity. So you may find that your relationships are all like having this weird teeter effect where they're turning into something else. It starts off as someone feeling like they're playing games with you, and then they end up completely enchanted by you and the intensity of your energy, your aura, the connection. A lot of times people flee when this happens, but a lot of times people just end up in toxic karmic situations. So I feel like your love life is, it's not like it's boring completely. It's not like it's, you know, dead. Things are happening. But I also see like, you know, people trying to play games with you. I'm just picking up cards back here that fell. But people are trying to play games with you, not realizing that you are what they try to embody. I'm getting an energy of whoever you would be considering dating. Soon as they see you, they don't see you as who you know, truly are and the power that you have. They just kind of see you as someone attractive, and then they end up lost in the sauce of like your game or all that you are. We got villain era at the bottom of the deck, so I don't see anyone sliding. I don't see you giving anyone any free passes these days. It's like, okay, you're gonna really F around and find out. We got feeling you. We got tempting. Angelic guidance, spirit. And up all night. It's looking like a lot of sacral activity. It could also be a lot of dreams with this angelic guidance. Up all night and tempting. Honestly, if you're in your Leo lover energy, then you are definitely up all night and you don't even care. Like up all night, doing your thing, having fun, and it's like, may the best one win. Whoever realizes that this is a diamond, well, they'll be the one who's set for life. But if this is just temporary, I'm okay with that because I am benefiting here. That's how the energy feels. And you know, you may be between this energy and another energy of spirit guiding you, your angels guiding you. But yeah, there's just this energy of you guys really wanting to, really struggling with the villain era, really wanting to just have fun, do what you want to do without restrictions, without expectation, wanting to be liberated. I am curious though as to what your guides are guiding you to, because for the singles reading, it's like, yeah, we're talking about you, the single, but none of this reading seems to be about other people. Like usually when I do single readings, that has to do with people making offers, which I see, I guess. But for you guys, I really just kind of see you being in, I would say, past the transition mode. You're past the first house transformation. Now you're applying things with that 5th house energy. You're living out the changes of the first house and receiving some benefits, blessings, opportunities from that. So it's not like you're, you know, in the transition phase, but I'm also not seeing anyone get in. And I almost feel like your angels, your guides, they're guiding you to a specific person and you're having fun in the meantime. So it's like, can we do a singles reading for someone in the space that you're in group 1? Because you're not open to just anyone who wants to come in and potentially waste your time or, you know, make an offer. It's like you already know intuitively, internally, what it is you want or what it is you're looking for. So if it's not exactly that, it wouldn't get through with all the strength in the world. You're choosing who you'll spend your time with, and you're up all night with whoever is lucky enough, either talking to them or, you know, having your fun, doing your thing. But this doesn't seem to be about other people. So we have the apple blossoms, the hyacinth, and the sweet pea. Sweet pea with blissful pleasure. You guys are indulging in whatever feels good these days, and you're going to be moving forward. We got the hyacinth with playfulness. That's all about, literally, like I said before, doing your thing, doing what feels good to you. And then we have the apple blossoms. This card never comes out, by the way. I don't know why. I'm like, has it ever come out? But this one is choices, knowledge, and illumination. No, this hasn't ever come out. And I've used this deck quite a bit. But it's like you're very choosy these days. I'm surprised we have the choosy card in this deck. I'm pretty sure there's a choosy card. I'm surprised that didn't come out for you because you guys are choosy. You're illuminated. You're filled with knowledge. And that's the crazy thing. Like, even the way I want to talk about it is in a more neutral kind of way. But you guys are like, no one could shame you even if they wanted to or make you feel bad for doing what you're doing. Because the level of illumination you've received is well beyond what most people are connected to, and that's because it's a body high. You may get a body high when you're working out. It's like a state of being in your true sun, your true being, after you've already integrated yourself. So you know who you are and you're not ashamed of who you are. I feel like it's just like you're at this crossroads of waiting for destiny to come in. We have the Two of Swords. It's like, if it's not exactly what I'm looking for, it'll just be fun. And those are the only two categories that I'm on the market for. And obviously not everyone gets in. We have the Ten of Pentacles and the Chariot in reverse. This is what I'm talking about. What is this Chariot in reverse? What is it? What is the elephant in the room? Because I'm feeling a block. I'm feeling like, you know, your guides are trying to call something in, but I'm just like not getting it. This would be a good time to do any cord cutting ceremony, any cleansing, banishing, hexing, you know, binding work needed if you know that you're in a specific situation where you need something to literally not be able to touch you. I offer custom spell work on my Etsy shop as well. But we have the Five of Cups and the Two of Swords. This kind of honestly makes me feel like you guys aren't ready to be as vulnerable as you may feel. And maybe that's why you're being so choosy with your lover, because you know that, you know, I don't know, I just get this energy of feeling like I literally can't take another heartbreak. I don't want it. I'd rather not be bothered with it. I'm not going to choose any path that's going to lead me to heartbreak. So you're waiting for someone to come in who you can respect, but also someone who respects you so that you don't have to worry about any of that extra that would like break up the relationship. Like, you need someone who won't hurt you, but also someone you can respect. And that's kind of what you're looking for. I don't know. Five of Cups came out as well. So that feels like still healing. And I feel like the healing is with the journey. I don't feel like it's necessarily with the person. it feels like I'm still not okay with everything that has happened to me up until this point. And if I move on from this point, I am essentially accepting what has happened to me. So maybe there's this piece of you that subconsciously hasn't moved into something more serious, even though you could if you wanted to. Because for one, you don't want another heartbreak. For two, it has to be such a specific, delicate balance of a person. And for three, it's like just actually too much for you. You know, not enough has been cleared of the past relationships, shadow work. We have the Death card at the bottom of the deck, so that is something that is coming. Bottom of the deck represents the underlying energy of your situation, so there will be an ending to this era eventually, but you're still trying to feel your way out. We have the Hierophant and the Moon, so you're in the position of the adventurer, the discoverer, like still trying to figure things out. You guys, you may have like a really bad Virgo placement or a dark Virgo energy in your chart. Like if Virgo is in your Venus, it's more likely to go dark, because Virgo is one of those signs that kind of looks for like that perfect picture, but people aren't perfect. So when you put it in the house of partnership, the 7th house, Virgo can be very tumultuous and cause your relationships to always go sour because they will never be perfect. But that's what Virgo will value the most: stability, perfectionism, organization, discipline. So we have the 6 of Wands in reverse and the 2 of Pentacles in reverse. If I had to say group one, I do feel like the block is within you internally. It could be somewhere in your chart. It could be somewhere in your past. It could be somewhere in your energy. This may be a situation where you may want to consider getting some Reiki done, or, you know, if you know that it's spiritual or something higher level that you're dealing with. But it does kind of feel on your end like we have the Chariot in reverse, and your guides are trying to lead you down the path that for you love is, but there is ultimately resistance. Slowly but surely you're getting there, so it will happen eventually. But I feel like for you, group one, honestly, love is gonna take a while to come in. And by love, I mean true love. Because what do I need to tell you about your next, you know, person that you're fooling around with when you're the one who's letting him in? So it's like, you already know about that. Like, that's not something that could just pop up on your path, because you're beyond like spirit dropping in people and you just kind of dealing with it. And, you know, you're at like that ascended space where it's like anyone that comes in, you consciously let them in. So, you know, when I'm saying love, I'm saying like someone that breaks down those walls naturally, or someone that's like truly some sort of divinely guided situation. We have Judgment in reverse and the 7 of Wands in reverse. It could be that you're cut off from your connection with spirit, or you haven't done any work to, like, you've kind of hit a wall in terms of your own spiritual journey. I was getting this energy of just there not being enough room for something that's too energy consuming for you. So my first guess is to go towards cleansing, but maybe it's beyond cleansing. Maybe it's like, you know, spirit has been telling you, hey, get off this app specifically, or stop subscribing to this content, or stop, you know, consuming this food, or this what do they call it, like one of your vices, like whatever. It's lowering your energy to the point where you literally can't reach higher levels of consciousness, like on that frequency, eating that food, consuming that, you know, whatever. It could be the relationship with spirit and itself. Maybe you've been estranged from your higher self, spirit, God, the divine, whatever you believe in, infinite intelligence. Maybe you haven't connected to it, meditated in a long time, whatever. So where it's like, okay, with your current state, there isn't very much higher you can go. We have the 9 of Pentacles. So I see abundance, but in different areas. Like maybe you feel like because you're a good man, you deserve a good woman, or because you make a lot of money, you deserve a relationship. But spirit is saying, like, I know And maybe that's why Spirit's like, let's stop consuming this content, because I know society makes you feel like, oh, if you have a certain, you know, skill set or things or materials or whatever, then that equals a relationship. But Spirit is like, you've already been revealed that the truth is it doesn't equal a relationship. So I'm trying to get you together, but you're still straddling the fence between these two rhetorics, and you gotta fully commit to one so that you can take that path for the rest of this journey to get to your relationship. We have embarking on an adventure. At the bottom of that one, it says, I savor the wonders of the world. So Spirit wants you to get out of your comfort zone. And out of your comfort zone doesn't mean like going to the bar if you're a homebody. It means setting time, 5 minutes a day to meditate when you never do that. Like getting out of your comfort zone is not directly to do with dating. And that may be what you would rather do. And that's why you're not seeing the success you want. We have Pope Joan, the pointiff of possibilities. The possibilities are limitless because the soul is limitless. So you guys, wow, that's so crazy, because the whole last part of your reading, I was getting this energy of like, no, there's the block, there's not enough room. And Spirit is saying, no, your soul is limitless. There is always enough room. There is always enough room. But you're not tapping into those higher frequencies or that expansive space, that other space, to give you more energy to work from. It's still a part of you. It will always be a part of you. You could wake up at 60 years old and tap into that. We have the goddess of light and Isis, the goddess of magic. I feel like you guys are really into your Isis energy. It says sexual energy is sacred. My pleasure is a prayer that brings me back to life. I felt that in the beginning of your reading. You may want to work on some solo sacral work, you know, re-own your sacral. Look at yourself in the mirror as you're doing certain things so you can see the POV like that. Now that is a confidence raiser. When you see what other people see, it's like, dang, this so good. I shouldn't have had up for y'all remember that song? Anyway, see, that's when I know it's time to end the reading, because then I start doing too much. We have the goddess of light. We are all sacred mirrors reflecting back the same light. So Spirit's saying you're not doing too much. We're all sacred mirrors. You're reflecting to someone what they needed to hear. That bar, that little piece of song is like, you know what, you right. That was the thing that really took someone over the edge. So it's never too much, ever. But yeah, you guys, your energy is very different, very intense. Your path is unique, and that's just period. I can't sugarcoat it and be like, oh, it's easy for you, because what I see here is not giving easy. It's giving layers. But I do see that Spirit is clearly trying to lead you with this angelic guidance. If I had to say ultimately, I would say back to Spirit, spending more time with Spirit. But that is what I have for you singles. My Etsy is in the description. If you need a private tarot reading, custom work, all that is on there. That is what I have for you. I'll talk to you soon. All right, if you chose group 2 with the orange stone, this is your reading. We're going to be using the Wheel of the Year tarot for you today. And this is for the singles. We're going to see what is going on in your love life. What is Spirit bringing in? What is the energy? What to expect in the future? Okay, we got a few that flipped over. Oh my goodness. We have opposites attract and time of your life. So tapping into your energy right away, group 2, it seems like you're coming into a situation with someone where it's like, you know, this kind of feels like a enemies to lovers trope a little bit, but it doesn't have to be necessarily. Let's see. You guys are very different with each other. Very different. I am tapping into a specific person coming into your life, group 2. So first here we have opposites attract and time of your life. So this is an unexpected connection, an unexpected coming together. This may not be like your usual type, who you go for, who you see yourself with, or who you've seen yourself with in the past, whoever you've been drawn to. I mean, we have this entrapment card, and I want to clarify that. I don't want to assume that you guys have been in a narcissistic relationship. Spirit, clarify entrapment or a relationship that trapped you in some way. Let's see what this is referring to. Spirit for entrapment. We have the Hanged Man. You guys have been stuck. Ooh, this is heavy. You guys have been stuck in the knowing of having to wait for a long time. There's an energy of you started whatever leg of this journey this is, getting the download or revelation that you were going to be single for a while for a specific reason. You knew however long it's been since you have been single, you knew that there was a reason that you were single during this time, either because some healing needed to happen, or because you were waiting out for someone specific, or because Spirit had given you, some sort of download. There was an understanding of we have to be single because, and then you fill in the blank with what you know. But this singlehood has trapped you. I feel like you guys have tried mostly everything, like meditation, self-love, self-care, going out with friends. Like, you've tried everything that people tell you to do to, kind of get out of this energy. And I feel like it kind of developed into love is never going to come the further you got away from the download of this is why we're going through the singlehood. So now it just kind of feels like you've been trapped. And it could be two birds with one stone. It could have been like a narcissist that was trapping you, and now you're finally free and able to date people, or a situation with someone who you were very out of alignment with, but karmic with. So like the cycle just kept going and going, whatever it is. But we have being honest and intense healing. So even though you're very different from this person that you're meeting, this person that is coming in, even though you're very different, they provide you some sort of healing some way, somehow. And honestly, I see both of you being honest with each other. Like, they're communicating their concerns and whatever holds them back, or whatever it is that they're thinking and feeling. And so are you. And that's how you're breaking the cycle of being trapped while you're in relationships as well, by being honest. So then we have intentions revealed and seizing the opportunity. We also have feeling you that came out before. So it's like, okay, now that we're both on the same page and we have been honest with each other and clear about what it is that we're wanting and where it is that we're at, I see both of you seizing the opportunity. I definitely see you seizing the opportunity to try with this person. It's very different and telling that this person is being so honest with you, even if they're telling you something that is out of alignment of what you've expressed that you wanted. Like, that takes some serious self-confidence and trust in the universe to tell someone, like, I've heard what it is that you want, but this is what I'm saying I have the ability to give. I see you building with this person. We have feeling you. So there's a strong energy of being attracted to each other. Spirit, what is going on for the singles of group 2? Ooh, it may have been a tug of war for a while. Look at them, Five of Wands. Five of Wands is showing up in reverse, thank goodness. But, arm wrestling, you may have really been, like, struggling with the divine, struggling with, like, people you've been dating, struggling with yourself, just a whole lot of struggle everywhere. And we have the Knight of Swords in reverse as well. So there may have been some sort of throat chakra block somewhere along the way. We have the Eight of Pentacles in reverse. This is an energy of you leaving something that just clearly wasn't working. We have the Strength card in reverse. You're putting down the burden. It's like, this isn't my responsibility anymore. This doesn't get my energy, my attention. There is something that seems to have been cut off. It doesn't even feel like it was slowly phased out. It feels like standing up for yourself, cussing someone out, cutting someone out, blocking them. It feels very cut and dry. And rejection is protection. So if you're one of those where, because energy is fluid, this can always apply vice versa. If this is something that someone else has done to you, literally good riddance, because it wasn't serving you. It wasn't for you. We have the Emperor. I need a big boy. I cannot let go. That song, I don't know what it is. It's burnt into my consciousness. But we have the Hermit in reverse and the big boy, the Emperor. I love this energy. Seven of Swords at The bottom of the deck, there's a huge killing of the ego that has to happen, which is so funny. Like, everybody's cheesing on this Seven of Swords. It's like hella weird. Like, Seven of Swords isn't typically a good time, but they're all cheesing and smiling like it is, so whatever, we'll go with it in this deck. But yeah, tapping into this energy, singles, there's clearly something that has been let go and something that is manifesting in. Ooh, you guys, we have the Devil in reverse, and the Devil in this deck is communicated as a couple in lust with each other. I love this. I love this being in reverse. We have the Princess of Swords also showing up in reverse for you. So I feel like some of this for a lot of you was not your own doing. Okay, Spirit, what else can you tell me about what's coming in for group 2, the singles? What's happening for the singles? I do feel like the past is affecting... I feel like the past is affecting the situation with this new person coming in. At the bottom of the deck, we do have the first house. The first house is the house of self. And the bottom of the deck represents like underlying energy and hidden influences and things like that. And with that being at the bottom, I really do feel for you, group 1, like your biggest enemy is yourself, or you're not enemy, but obstacle. Your biggest obstacle is yourself. We have a semi-sextile, we have a square, and we have a Libra that came out. Semi-sextile with allowing, encourages, sees potential in, clarifies, gives hopes to, tempers, responds, cycle, growth, realizes, rewards. So semi-sextile coming in your reading is Spirit saying you have to allow things to come through at this point. We have the square. This is about making the best decision that you can with what you have, what you know, what you feel in the moment. Taking everything moment by moment, because this feels like someone who wasn't really looking for love, really honestly gave up on love, definitely most likely not manifesting love at this time. And Spirit is saying allowing love to come through, allowing this person to come through, and doing the best you can with this square. A square is a challenge, of course, a challenging aspect in astrology. And Spirit is saying, don't even focus on those. Do what you need to do in each moment. So when an obstacle actually comes up, that's when you jump into action and you take action and you move forward. But before, you know, the obstacle is there, trying to be present in the moment and do what you can. I felt that energy too. There's a heavy rejection of this person for whatever reason. I almost want to clarify that with tarot as well, to see why Spirit is going so hard on taking things day by day, moment by moment. Maybe you guys are obsessing at this time with anyone who comes through of whether or not it's going to be someone or something serious to you. So you're really grilling them. Look to the universe. If they're not a match, you're going to feel that. Don't try to make them a match. And I think that's the problem. It's like you don't want to waste your time. You don't have the time. So maybe you just don't have the time. If you don't have the time, you don't have the time. You can't force it. You're just going to be frustrated. And that's another thing with allowing. You know, allowing the time to be made, allowing opportunities, specific opportunities for you to come up when you don't have the ability to do everything yourself. The square says creates tension, stalls, sounds the alarm, motivates, pressures into, frustrates, demands, so on and so forth. So it's definitely a pressure cooker type of energy. It feels very intense. And I feel like you guys are having a huge internal struggle. We have a Libra, the idealist. Maybe it's an obsession with who someone else needs to be. Especially with the first house at the bottom of the deck. You know, when people go on spiritual journeys, and any journey really, it's always so important that their partner has to be of the same mind. So Spirit is saying, it took all that work and time and effort for you to become who you are. It's going to take that same amount of time and effort minimum for someone else to become, you know, a match to that frequency. Harmonious, cooperative, balanced, socially aware, artistic, people-pleasing, fair, idealistic, aesthetic, choosy, aspirational. These are all synonyms for the Libra idealist. I feel like Spirit is really challenging you to allow Spirit to bring, it almost feels like everything. Oh, not the 12th house with surrender. Subconscious mind, compassion, dreams, karma, forgiveness, baggage, the unseen, healing. For you guys, group 2, your situation is very complex. I feel like there's a block within you internally, and it's going to be, it depends on, you know, your journey. You'll know what that block is. If I had to say, I would say it comes from not being able to surrender or pass the baton so that Spirit can handle the rest of the journey. But we did get that Hangman in reverse. Where was it? Oh, right here. Or the Hangman. And surrender has been a huge part of letting this person in and your journey in general. We have the Venice Mallow, the Bellflower, and the Amaryllis. Determination and creative achievement. Yeah, it really kind of feels like you're trying to create your own person, like build a bay. You're trying to take the universe's job. We got the Bellflower with gratitude. It's hard for you guys to have any sort of gratitude right now because of what you've been through. I just feel like your energy is all mixed up, all tied up. You need to get some uncrossing work done. You can find some uncrossing incense online, like on Etsy or on Amazon. You can get some spell work done that handles uncrossing to get you uncrossed. But there's definitely an energy here where it's like, what is this block? It's just something you haven't been able to expand past. It doesn't feel like there's actually someone out there, for some of you it may be, but it doesn't feel like there's actually someone out there who owes you something big that's keeping you kind of held back. It really more feels like something that's hard for you to let go of internally in a subconscious way. Spirit, what else can you tell me? Anything about love for group 2? Nice. We have expecting miracles, and I feel that in your situation. I'm just curious as to why, because there's always something you can do. It's rare that I'm stumped, but whatever your situation is, it may really be complex, and you may need like a very specific kind of person to have something with. We have expecting miracles. Miracles are blossoming in my life. We have proceeding softly. Spirit is saying, like, listen, when it comes to this person coming in, you don't have to accept them, period, but you definitely don't have to accept them right away. So at a bare minimum, just proceed softly, work on your communication. As long as you're communicating with a healthy person every step of the way, which we should still be able to do this. My inner power grows in moments of quietude is what it says at the bottom of that card. So also spending some time to solely focus on yourself and take care of yourself. We have emerging into grace. So that kind of makes sense, because emerging into grace is almost giving me a feeling of something that you promised Spirit you would never do. Like, I'll never talk to them again if you just, I promise I'll never do this again if you just da 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 da. And Spirit did that thing and you ended up back talking to that person, or you've, like, you know, backtracked in some way. I open my soul to grace is what it says at the bottom of the card. And here's the thing, even though you said that, that doesn't mean that Spirit said that you needed to in the first place, you know? You created that box around what your existence could be, your experience could be, you know. Spirit never said, I'm gonna punish you. You just watch, you get prepared. Come next week, you better be ready for your punishment. So you didn't have to say that, like, you know, Spirit, I promise, da 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 da. So Spirit is not and was not going to come through with, you know, disciplinary action anyways. So it is about opening your soul to grace, because grace has always been here. You know, Spirit is kind of coming through at this point saying you may have added extra stress by stating what you said before or coming into that space. We have Freya, the goddess of discernment. It says, I spend my time wisely. I only say yes when it's a holy hell yes. Things that you can work on in your like immediate is setting boundaries with friends, setting boundaries with everyone. Even your neighbor. You got a talkative neighbor, set intention. I will not speak to them more than 30 seconds a day. I'm not getting roped into I'm not getting roped into 5-minute, 10-minute conversations anymore. 30 seconds of the day. I'm going to be clear with them. Oh, yeah, that's crazy. Okay, I'm going in. Oh, I'm hungry again. I'll see you later. Cut it short. That's how you start setting boundaries. You shouldn't have to feel like that when you're at home. Same with coworkers, same with customers, everyone, friends, everyone. You do not have to be the person unless that's your job, it is not your job. Setting boundaries, Also setting boundaries, with yourself. Not going to certain places where there will be temptation around for you to get off your path. That's how you help yourself become more disciplined. And you also show people they need to be disciplined if they're going to be in your life. They need to be fair. If they don't know what fair is, if there is confusion about like what is and is not appropriate, then I'm just going to pull my energy back because you just can't handle it. It's just simple as that. We have Sarah Kali, the queen of the outsiders. It says, I have arrived where I will always be in love. I see you guys honestly emerging back into grace in your own soul. I feel like your last relationship really messed you up, or there's this whole element of like hidden information that I could not, no matter what deck I tapped into, I could not like fully get like what the tea was with this spread. So you may have a lot of secrets, or you may have done something extremely bad that you feel like you do not deserve to be in a relationship anymore because of whatever is going on with you. But Spirit is saying that was never something that would limit your romantic experience. However, under this circumstance, with your specific circumstance, you do have to pass the baton and let me do my part. And that would be the compromise. It's that not that you don't get it, it's just that the way that you get it is different than the way that other people will get it. Because of your experience or your upbringing or who you are, what you've done, or whatever it is that you feel that is. And it could just be your ascension in itself. You see straight through people. You don't even have anything that you can talk about with, like regular people or people who aren't on a spiritual path or people who aren't ascended. Whatever it is. But I don't at all get a message that Spirit is saying love isn't coming for you. The message that I get is there's someone specific coming in and they're very different, and for whatever reason it's hard for you to surrender to this person, but they are a big boy, they are an emperor. They're showing up as, someone who is worth it. This person will be a miracle. Spirit is like, I've always been here. You have the angelic support. Proceed softly. And that's what I got for you guys. My Etsy shop is in the description. If you'd like your own private tarot reading, that is where you can find me. I also offer custom work on there. But that is what I have for you today. I love you. I'll talk to you soon. Alright, if you chose group 3 with the white stone, this is your reading. This is for the singles. We're going to find out everything we possibly can for you. What can you expect? What's coming up? What's going on behind the scenes? All of that good stuff. Spirit, this is for group 3 with the white stone. Show me what is going on for the singles of group 3. This card's sticking right up. We have courting. And then as soon as I pulled this out, I heard that is very important to you. And we have the winning card here. So tapping into this energy, it feels like right away, you will only date people who are willing to court you. And I'm getting this in a very traditional sense where it's like, we don't see each other at each other's houses until we've known each other for at least 2-3 months. Like 2-3 months of just solid going on dates in public. There's no Netflix and chill. There's no calls at 4 o'clock in the morning. There's no, what are you doing right now? And it's 10 o'clock. Do you want to come through? You already know I'm not coming through. This isn't that. I just get such a straight edge, clear energy for you guys. And I feel like you know exactly what it is that you want. And I feel like you've put in the work to be in alignment with it. So now there's just no reason for you to settle for anything less. And if all that is out there is what's less than what you require, a lot of you are ready to be single at this point. I don't feel like you are going to be, but that's where you are mentally. And that's the best place to be in, to be honest, because you know, they say like soon as you don't want it anymore, you attract it, etc., etc. And even when you're in a relationship, you have to be willing to walk away to lose the relationship. You know, they say that, and that's the space that you guys are in. You're not compromising what it is that you deserve, want, require. You are willing to be single, whether that's for longer, whether that's forever. It won't be forever, but that's the space you're in. So we have working through it and making a connection for the singles of group 3. I definitely get an energy of you meeting someone. I get an energy of you really liking this person, but how much you like them doesn't even get factored into whether or not you'll proceed with them or not these days, you know. So you may kind of like subdue your own feelings. Like you may, like, whenever you get excited, you calm yourself down, or it may be naturally built into who you are at this point, to where it's like, oh, I know, and like I know that I like this person a lot, but what is that? You know, what does that mean? Like, I'm not going to, it doesn't mean really, it doesn't mean anything solid. They got to put in the work, period. We have gravitation and tempting. I get this really almost kind of annoying energy where you're getting tested a lot by other people, not by spirit, not by the universe, but other people are trying to test your boundaries and see, like, are you really about this? Like, you know, you may be getting people responding to you even in a angry way, like, you're doing too much, you don't deserve all of this, like people like lashing out on you. There's just like this energy of people being frustrated that they can't get close to you. So you may have been the type of person who always gave. I mean, even your friends and your family, like you always gave as much as you possibly could until you ran absolutely empty. Or you may have just always given people what it is that they want, and you're not doing that anymore, and people are getting frustrated by it. We have spiritual activity and gravitation. I'm like, what is happening here? I'm about to clarify this with tarot because I don't want to assume that there's a generational curse or someone is sending you negative energy, but I do feel like there's a negative spiritual activity where it's like something is attacking you. It could be your own mind, your own consciousness. That's why it's so important to make sure you're cleansing yourself, because I've seen even oracles, readers that I have known and watched and respect for years fall off the deep end because they got too far into that low vibrational bag, to the point where the messages that come out aren't real anymore. They're coming from a space of paranoia. So it happens to the best of us. Make sure you keep up with that spiritual cleansing, but I don't want to assume. Spirit, can you clarify this spiritual activity? This, wow, we have the Death card and the Four of Wands in reverse. Someone, this, I just heard aunt, and I'm telling you, I never get messages like this because I don't read for this shit. I don't read for family drama and hating ass, you know, family people who are just low vibrational and the only connection you have to them is the blood anyways. I don't read on those timelines. I just don't. But we have the Four of Wands in reverse and the Death card. Someone who has either been left in the past by you or in a relationship in their life will not let you go energetically. Like I said, I heard aunt when I pulled this, so this could be a family member sending you negative energy, evil eye, hateful towards you because of your standards. You'll know if this is them by how they talk to you. If they talk to you in an encouraging way, like, you know, good for you, because that's the only narrative you should have for family. If we're really family, the only narrative you should have is the one that's best for me. Why would you tell me to stay in a relationship that's toxic? Or why would you tell me to lower my standards? That's not, you know, the narrative of someone who loves you. So this is either one of your exes, or this is I feel like family member or friend, whoever, someone you know, like sending you negative energy or evil eye. It feels like an attachment though. It feels like, I don't really feel like someone's doing spell work on you or anything like that. It just kind of feels like they're so obsessed with you. So this is a good time to go private. This is a good time to remove followers. Instagram has that feature now where you can remove people from following you. Other apps, I don't know if they have them, but you could just block people. Like, this is the time to go on a blocking spree. Blockity block, oppity op. Like, I'm not here for it. It's time to go, because there's negative energy. It's like, as you're trying to grow and expand beyond your current container and current dating pool, someone or something is trying to stop you. So that's all I'm going to read on that. We're going to move on. But that came through so freaking strong. I'm like, what the hell is this? 4 Wands in reverse is a failed marriage or a failed relationship. And then we have the Death card here. So it's done. You can't go back to this. It's all the way done. And they're causing you this weird ass spiritual activity. So anyways, if you've been having like your house creaking, your house never creaks, weird strings of bad luck, I'm telling you, cut this off at the root, or it will continue to be a problem, especially if this is a family member or, you know, someone you've slept with, someone you've been in a relationship with. You have an energetic tie to them, meaning they will always be able to send you work and energy easier than anyone else, because they've been with you, and you know what I'm saying, extremely close to you. And until you cut that off, until you know, supersede that energy with your energy, your intention, your spell work, your action, it'll still be able to reach you and bother you. So we have tempting, work well together, and going steady. Honestly, I feel like you guys are going steady on your own. I feel like you guys are going steady on your journey. You're allowing love to come through. You're trying to do things organically. I don't get a desperate energy from you. I feel like you are genuinely ready. I get positive energy for the most part, but I just also feel that there are other things that are working against you, or that you're like fighting against energetically, that you can't even pinpoint. It seems like every time you have a good day or a good streak, something just goes left. And I'm telling you, it's that BS of the past, whoever it is. So we have working well together and going steady. So let's keep going. Spirit, what's coming through for the singles of group 3? What I can see so far, I can see you going on dates. I see you getting courted. Best case scenario with that winning card, you know, is, you know, you win either way. A win-win is what I see. I see you working through your personal, you know, all this stuff, the energetic stuff from outside of you, and also becoming more confident in what you require, deserve, all of that. And then I do see you making a connection and going steady with someone. And with the gravitation card, I feel like, you know, the universe is leading you together. That's so funny. We got Pluto, which is the Death card energy in the tarot deck. We got Pluto with transformation, and we have Cancer, the doula. Cancer says feeling sympathetic, comforting, nostalgic, protective, intuitive, tender, so on and so forth. And Pluto with transformation says renewal, basic instinct, motivation, personal power, evolution, death, rebirth, which we got the Death card. So you're going through a transformation, and it's interesting because you do want to soften up, but people, they don't understand. It's like, I'm not going to soften up towards you, the person who's taken advantage of me for years, or the person who like is a part of my past that I don't want into my future. I want to be soft for, you know, my future person, this connection. That's where I want and choose to be soft. So I just get this energy of people trying to get you to channel your energy towards them, like even still, they want more. We got the 7th house at the bottom of the deck with relating. It says partners, companionship, marriage, relationships. That's all about the 7th house. And then we have the moon, which actually rules Cancer, that fell out for you with feelings. It says nurturing, gut instincts, comfort, privacy, emotions, sustenance. I feel like you guys are really battling with yourself internally. Spirit, what can you tell me about who is coming in? I feel like it's just a natural part of the process, you know, and you know that. So I want to try to focus more on what's coming in. We got the Nine of Swords in reverse and the Temperance card in reverse. Well, Nine of Swords in reverse is good. Or sorry, that's the Eight of Swords. Eight of Swords in reverse is good because that's an energy of you, like when it's in reverse, it's like, okay, those ropes are falling off. So you're untangling yourself, but still Temperance in reverse, something is still out of whack. So at this point, I'm feeling like this relationship is getting closer and closer through all the work that you do, but it doesn't feel completely here yet. It doesn't feel like it's coming soon or any day now. It feels like distant. We have the Two of Pentacles, so that would let me know it actually depends on a decision that you make. It's in your energy field, kind of swirling around, you know, swirling around you, but it hasn't come fully in. We have the Justice card, which is good because that's Spirit letting us know this is, you know, entitled to you. This isn't something that you'll miss out on, but it's a matter of will it happen sooner or later at this point. And I really do feel like it has a lot to do with that energy pulling on you. There's the Nine of Swords. Also, you don't completely feel like you deserve it. And we got the Three of Cups at the bottom of the deck. So your spiritual journey may have turned you into an introvert. Maybe because you don't trust anyone. Oh, we got the Empress under that and the World under that. You guys, it's mixed. And that's the Two of Pentacles energy. You have one day where you feel like the Empress. You feel like the world is in your hands. You can have it all. You do have it all. You want to go out. You want to have fun. Or when you do go out, you know, with coworkers, or you actually say yes to that event, it's actually a good time. But Nine of Swords, you know, you start to also feel like there's traps in that world. Like you don't want to get stuck in always going out. I feel like you guys have mixed feelings about the dating process as a whole. And it's like Spirit just has to break you down at this point because it's hard for someone to, it's hard for you to trust someone else when you have so much internal struggle when you're alone. I don't want to say that you guys are blocking love out because I don't see that. But what I do see is for the singles of group 3, your person, your next relationship is gravitating towards you. It will be here eventually. It doesn't matter if it's tomorrow or a month from now or 2 months from now, so on and so forth. It's already Justice card yours. But there are blocks that do need to be cleared. And then also this internal struggle, this internal, like you feel like, it feels like you need an uncrossing work. I do spell work on my Etsy shop, but you can, you know, you can, if you're witchy at all, you can look up like how to do different spells and things like that. But it just feels like so tied up. And once you get in an energy where everything is so tied up to where you can't even exactly pinpoint where it comes from, that's when you know you need like an uncrossing or something. We have the King of Swords and the Six of Wands in reverse. This feels like a battle between the mind and the heart. King of Swords is all mind, mental, air, communication, energy. And the Wands is like passion. And the Six of Wands specifically is like, it's also your energy, but the Six of Wands specifically is like, I'm finally winning. I feel on top of the world. I feel like I'm doing everything right. But you don't feel like you're doing everything right. So it's hard for you to manifest anything when all of your beliefs are at 50%. No belief is at 100%. Even like I deserve love is not 100%. So it's like, you end up tied up in this space of not being able to manifest anything fully because you don't believe or trust in anything fully. So what I get from you guys is just a very, very crossed up energy. Spirit, can you tell me what the person coming in is like? Can we get a light at the end of the tunnel? Something to look forward to. Like I said, because it's going to come regardless. It's yours. But I knew one flipped over. It's just a matter if it will be sooner rather than later, depending on, you know, you getting uncrossed, because there's a lot going on. I can't even pinpoint where in the world it's coming from. We have the Sacred Lotus, the Snapdragon, and the Dahlia. Enlightenment with the Sacred Lotus. It says no mud, no lotus. So we're talking about the person, right, that you're coming into eventually, the person you're waiting for, the person that you're pulling in with your gravitation. No mud, no lotus. You guys may be into Egyptian culture, or they may be into Egypt, like ancient Egypt. The lotus, essentially, when I researched it, essentially all it is, do I even need to have this conversation right now? No, I don't. Okay, anyways. I was just gonna get nerdy about lotus, but it's like, let's not do that right now. But this person is coming in with like an enlightenment energy, with a lot of perspective, with conversation, with depth to them. The snapdragon with graciousness and benevolence. No act of kindness, no matter how small, is ever wasted. This lets me know that your person is very giving, caring, and kind. They give you little gifts. Even if they go to the gas station, they're going to bring you, you know, a vitamin water, a drink, whatever. I don't know why vitamin water came up specifically, but just something to make you feel like you're cared for. I'm looking out for you. Just a little something. If I went to the store, even if I just walk in the store, I got to get something for my wife. That's how I heard it. I got to get something for my wife. Even if I just walk in the store, I can't just walk in the store and not get anything for her. I'm hearing someone's internal dialogue like that. But anyways, we have the Dahlia here as well with dignity. This one says, a wise man has dignity without pride. A fool has pride without dignity. So your person is a genuine stand-up person, and I think you know this, like it's gonna take time to manifest this kind of person. Not even to manifest them, but to be in the same place as the same time, like to surrender to the divine plan. We have Mary of Nazareth and Perpetua, the saint of authenticity. It says, I am my authentic self in all circumstances. So again, going back to like, this is a good time for clearing and like taking people off your social media and things like that. They're attacking your authenticity. They don't understand you. And if you water yourself down, it's going to work counterintuitively. Being more like them is only going to manifest more of what they have. And even if they have something you want, you still don't want to manifest what they have, because you are not them. So you will have to have something, even if it's just 1% different. You know, so this is really a good time. You really want to commit to your authenticity, and you just really need space to do that. And then Mary of Nazareth, the mother of God, it says, I am blessed. My courage gives birth to the divine. So I love Mary of Nazareth. I always talk about her every time. I have a bunch of rosaries and things like that, because I just absolutely love the Virgin Mary. Like she is like the bar of virtue. Like whenever I get in my own way and I don't trust the universe, I literally think about her, because I'm like, damn, she had every reason to get in the way of the process of universal order and what was happening. And she stuck, you know, she stuck with God, and I just have so much respect for her. And with you guys, I feel like people wouldn't understand like virtue if it slapped them in the face. Like people don't understand what you're doing and how much you are like a good person, and you know what you're doing. Like I don't even feel this energy though of people genuinely feeling like you're doing things wrong. I just feel like people want to harness your energy. That's how it feels. It feels like people want to harness your energy, group 3. Awakening ancient wisdom, deep inner knowing is emerging within me. You may go into mission with your person once you meet them, but you are also likely going into mission already now. Receiving downloads from spirit, receiving ancient wisdom. We have emerging into grace. I open my soul to grace. Spirit wants to be much more a part of this process. What I can tell you, group 3, for the singles is I do see you attracting love in, but I do see that there's a lot in the way. A lot of it is internal. All of it will, you know, like decimate in time. It'll all be gone eventually. But this is a great time for clearing and doing some work, banishing, you know, tying people up, binding them so they can't touch you anymore. Also doing some uncrossing on yourself to get yourself uncrossed. And emerging into grace and allowing spirit to fill you, because spirit has been working, you know, through you and with you in this entire journey. And at this point, it's very easy to, you know, quit and feel like what I want isn't going to happen, or let me just surrender to what these other people around me want. but I really do feel like this can happen a lot sooner. Love can come in a lot sooner. Your divinely guided partner can be here a lot sooner if we get all this other stuff out the way. So that is really what I would focus on and say. And that's what I have for you, group 3. My Etsy is below. If you want a private tarot reading, that is where you can find me. I love you. I'll talk to you soon. All right, if you chose group 4 with the purple stone, this is your reading. We're using the Gilded Tarot for you today, and we are going to find out, singles, what can you expect, what's going on in the background, you know, everything. So let's see, Spirit. This is for group 4. What is going on with the singles of group 4? Ooh. We got Taking You Seriously as the first card that came out. So there's an energy of someone really liking you. Oh my goodness, we got Relationship Offer. Haven't seen that card at all today. Today's reading is honestly, we're in the trenches as a collective. I'm like, what the hell? Singles is always like my most fun reading. And today it was like all serious or work and a lot going on in the background. So I'm glad to see that you, group 4, have a positive message. We got Looking for the One and Seizing the Opportunity that just came out as well. So it is safe to say for you, group 4, you are really manifesting a serious relationship. Someone who's worth your while. You're looking for the one, they're looking for the one. And once it's here, with both of you being in the same energy, of the same mind, of the same intention, the relationship is being offered and will bloom. And this is someone you can trust. Like I said, we have the Taking You Seriously card. So this is someone who's showing up in a serious energy. Someone who's like, no, I'm looking for a relationship. I can admit that. Like, I'm not trying to hide that. Like, I know what it is that I want. So I love this energy. Taking You Seriously and Relationship Offer. So you may really struggle with that. Maybe you look really young, but there's an energy here where it's like maybe people that you've dated, they couldn't take you seriously. They treated you like they had on kid gloves. Like when it came to having conversations, they just assumed you wouldn't be able to handle it or that you wouldn't understand. They just always checked out. There's this energy of people treating you that way for whatever reason. And you guys are like, no, I'm ready. I'm ready. And I can have this conversation. You don't have to avoid certain things with me. Even if you do hurt my feelings, like, it's worth it if we're gonna have progress. We have angelic guidance, intense gaze, and settling differences. So we have 2 energies here so far. Intense gaze really feels like someone is watching you, either in person, at work, at the gym. This would be someone you've talked to before romantically, someone you've gone on a date with, or someone who, like, you have their number, they have your number, or you've talked on, you know, social media, whatever. Social media would be another really obvious one. This could also be someone continuously checking your dating profile if you've met them online. But for whatever reason, there's, you know, an energy of settling differences with that person. So it looks like at some point things kind of went sour, and I do see you working through these differences with this person and having a conversation and finally getting on the same page where it's like, okay, we don't need to be at odds, especially if we aren't going to be together, but we work together, or, you know, we go to the same gym, like we still see each other. There's no point to be at odds. We have time of your life. I'm not at all surprised to see that because you guys are enjoying yourself. Like I said, once this offer comes through, this relationship offer, this serious offer, I don't feel like anything else, you know, will matter. So let me pull a card for this one here. Spirit, why are you guiding them towards each other? Why is it important that this gets resolved? We got quite a few that came out. We have Sagittarius and Leo that came out. Leo, the lover, Sagittarius, the voyager. If these are either of your signs or in your big 3, I would definitely take that as confirmation. Leo, the lover, says expressive, creative, loving, playful, warm, overt, self-confident, flirtatious, glowing, bedazzling. You know, there's this energy of you really shocking and surprising this person really liking you, being really, really into you in the beginning. And then we have Sagittarius, the voyager. It says enthusiastic, philosophical, independent, generous, ethical, seeking, happy-go-lucky, adventurous. And I feel like that's really where I feel like that's really where the tension was, because in the slight differences in words used, you know, you can really kind of tell, like, Sagittarius energy in your situation. It's like this situation is holding you back, it's pulling you down, but also there's a disconnect. There's like this happy-go-lucky energy, and then there's this lover energy, like, no, I'm actually into you. There's this I'm down for whatever person, and then there's this actually committed to you person in this connection of the past. And that's where the disconnect was. Someone was happy-go-lucky, you know, maybe it was even friends with benefit situation. Someone really enjoyed just like the connection, and someone was like, no, it's not that I'm just enjoying our connection, like, I want more, I want you. We have the 8th house of intimacy that showed up, and then we have the moon with feelings, 8th house. Investments, intensity, contract, sex, erotic, capital, secrets, mysteries, obsession, kundalini energy. If they activated your kundalini, you're I won't say that you're screwed, but if you've had a lot of physical intimacy with this person, that is why this has to be resolved. Because even if you ignore them and you move on with this connection, soon as that person hits the same spots, if you know what I'm saying, in you that this person did, once you get to an intimate level with them, it's going to trigger everything that was in the past experience of that spot being hit. Stick with me, because it happens. It's a real thing. It's kind of like if you have like a drink or a food that you always used to eat, but you got sick of it and you never eat it again. If you eat it 5 years later, you're going to start having flashbacks of the past. Or say you used to smoke cigarettes, you know, if you start smoking cigarettes today and you used to smoke them 3 years ago, you're going to start to feel how you felt 3 years ago, have that same version of you. Because when you're in that frequency of that thing, everything else that you experience in that frequency is basically sitting in that frequency as a memory. And when you tap into it again, you, even if it's subconsciously, you can't remember in your conscious mind what the hell this energy is, it's still getting triggered. So anyways, we have the moon with feelings, instinct, you know, nurturing. The moon is about the subconscious. It says home, family, gut reactions, comfort, a lot of that. Like, you're gonna have a gut reaction once things move forward with other people and you start to experience other things with other people. So that is the reason Spirit is saying this is coming back and this needs to be resolved. Spirit, can we wrap this up? Anything else we need to know? And then we'll move on and tap into this one. Is there anything else we need to know about this connection, about this person? We have the 6 of Cups, which is memories of the past. And we have the 10 of Swords in reverse. So you may feel like you've let this go, but you have not let it go, whether it's subconsciously. And honestly, nothing can ever fully be let go because your body has been with you through all these experiences. So you'll always carry everything with you at all times. But it's about returning back to that Om, that place of wholeness where everything is interwoven perfectly and nothing feels out of whack and nothing is weighing you down or triggering you because you've already put it in its rightful space, you know, in the past. But when we keep these doors open, especially people we've been very, like, had many intimate experiences with, it has to get dealt with. It just has to. It could even be energetic, you know. You can get some spell work done. I sell spell work on my Etsy shop. You can do untying, cord cutting, banishing, whatever it is you feel like you need. You can do this energetically as well. We don't always have the opportunity to talk to people or see people and, you know, things like that. We have the Empress in reverse and the Queen of Swords. So you had to become the Queen of Swords through this journey of the Empress being in reverse. Like, I just get this energy of you being kind of tipped out of whack at some point, and the Queen of Swords arose out of you. But the Queen of Swords is not the best queen to be in a relationship. And don't get it twisted. Listen, Queen of Swords, she got her man, she got the king. She got the King of Swords, but the King of Swords ain't the best partner in the deck, period. Anyways, we got the Six of Cups and the Ten of Swords in reverse. So Spirit is just saying there's a part of you that emerged because of the situation that needs to be put back to bed, and also the situation needs to be put back to bed. So Spirit, switching gears, can you tell us more about this person coming through with this relationship offer? We have the 5th house of passion. We have a trine with flow, and then we have Libra, the idealist. Libra, harmonious, cooperative, balanced, socially aware, artistic, fair, aesthetic, choosy. You guys are taking your time. You're being an idealist when it comes to dating. You're tapping into your inner Libra energy. And we got Venus at the bottom of the deck as well. Venus with love. Venus is, of course, the planet of love, relationships, all that good stuff. But you're tapping into your inner idealist. Like, what do I want? What is the experience that I want to have? Who is the partner that I want? It really is me at this point. You guys are being choosy and you're looking for the best partner, period. We have trine with flow, harmonious, enriches, benefits, energizes, enjoys, eases, gifts, supports, indulges. Trines are really good. Trines are when 3 planets are working well together in like a positive aspect, and they're helping, you know, kind of stimulate your situation. So this trine energy would be stimulating this 5th house, stimulating you to feel more confident. So you can expect some opportunities to come up where you'll be feeling more confident. And then we have the 5th house of passion. So I do feel like some romance is on the way when it comes to this new person. You guys exploring some passion that you have for each other. It says performance, entertainment, creativity, costume, play, love affairs, joy. That's so interesting with costume specifically. You may feel really inspired when you're in relationships. Like some people, they get in relationships and they get stuck stagnant and they stop trying, but you may get inspired. You may absolutely love putting on for your partner, like looking good, feeling good, giving them a show, honey. Like that may be your thing. And I see you getting to experience that joy, that happiness, that passion through this relationship. But Spirit is saying, even though this is a single reading and we're tapping into the person making you a love offer, it still comes down to you. We got the 1st house, the house of self, which means if you have things in you that are undealt with, they're going to come up in a whole new relationship. Don't play yourself and end up surprised and put it off too long and then it's too late, you know? It says physical body, outlook, self-image, life, philosophy, consciousness, opinions, awakening, and so on. So there's an energy of you going through a lot of personal transformation. And I can't say that is what's attracting this relationship to you, but it is a part of the process. I feel like you're meeting this person and you guys are just immediately kind of on the same page. Not even immediately, like before you even meet them, you're naturally on the same page, and that's a part of what's manifesting this relationship. Oh, we got the King of Wands. See, I'm telling you. King of Wands is nice energy. I'd rather a King of Wands than a King of Swords, but it depends on what kind of life you want to live, because King of Swords is good like if you need a boss, you know, if you need someone who really protects you, makes good money. But like King of Wands, that's that passion, that's that good, okay? That's that good, yeah. Anyways. We have the Chariot in reverse, Page of Wands. I just heard turning over a new leaf. So we have the King of Wands and the Chariot in reverse. Once this connection is coming in, it's still kind of hard for you to surrender to it. And I'm trying to avoid talking about the past because we already clarified, pulled cards on it and everything, but it keeps coming up. So it's very important for you to choose in order for you to be able to fully move into a future that's different. We have the 8 of Wands in reverse. There's some sort of hold up, you guys. The 8 of Wands in reverse and the 9 of Wands. Honestly, you don't want to let go, some of you. You don't want to let go of the older version of you that gets to do certain things. You don't want to let go of that past relationship for some of you, that D they gave you, you know, all that time. You don't want to accept defeat. There's an energy of you wanting to make it, you wanting to have the upper hand. And perhaps that's why the past is so prevalent, because it's not that they are so stuck on you, but you may also be stuck on them. And it's just like two superheroes coming together and using their power at the same time. It's just blowing up into such a bigger thing. We have the Moon and the Eight of Cups in reverse, you guys. I don't see that you've walked away either from the older version of yourself or, you know, this person. There's something of the past you haven't let go of that is affecting your future. And if it is personal, I would say that it's a part of yourself that you don't want to let go of. Maybe it's that Queen of Swords that you had to embody to get beyond the situation, so you're at least out of it. Maybe this person was really toxic or dangerous or obsessive, and you had to tap into like your baddest B to get undone from that situation. We have the Queen of Pentacles. So Spirit is now guiding you into a place where you're leading with your value, knowing your value. And we have the Page of Cups, being open to new experiences. So it's hard for you to be led. It's hard for you to co-create with someone at this time. It just kind of feels like you may have like a genuine or a general distrust. Oh, I think another one flipped over somewhere. You may have like a general distrust of people, of whoever, like you just have a hard time believing what it is that they say. That's so interesting. We have the Page of Pentacles. We're getting a lot of Page energy, you guys. There is a lot of new energy entering your life. We got the Page of Wands, the Page of Cups, and now we have the Page of Pentacles. The only thing we're missing is the Page of Swords, and I feel like that's because you're already embodying the Queen of Swords. You don't need any more sword energy. But you do, Page of Pentacles, need to be open to new experiences, investing your time in different places. Even though you've already invested your time and wasted it or got played or things didn't go right, you still have to be forward facing to those new experiences. Page of Cups, open to new love. A new version of yourself with that Page of Wands, like I'm going in a new direction. I am a new person. I am a different person. I am illuminated. We have the Mistress of Labyrinth. It says, my soul knows the way and the only way out is through. So you may be really trying to avoid that shadow work or, you know, pointing the finger at yourself, but I think it's time to. And it's not like in a martyr way where it's like, fine, I'm such a horrible person, I don't deserve anything, ugh, I've made mistakes. It's just in a way where it's like, okay, that was dead wrong. You know, that was dead wrong what I did, and I definitely held on longer than I should have. And regardless of what they did, I still had control of what I did, and I didn't choose to get out of it, or, you know, I've been this way for so long, and da-da-da-da-da. Whatever way, you got to get through it. We have Saint Bridget, Our Lady of Exalted Light. It says, I give endlessly because the light is without end. I know that my soul is all I need. So Spirit is saying, like, take your soul, your true essence into these new experiences and leave the rest behind. You know, the baggage, the pain, the time wasted. Mary Magdalene, the apostle to the apostles, it says, I'm the bridge between heaven and earth. I am fully human and fully divine. So I feel like this energy of you kind of feeling bad about yourself, feeling like, I don't know, it almost feels like there's something too horrible or bad that has happened or that you've done that you don't even want to address it. But it's time to, like, you're binded by your own experiences. We have the Flying Free card. Like, Spirit wants you to be free. Spirit doesn't want you to feel like you have to stay stuck in the past. We have Expecting Miracles. So what I can say about this love offer that will come through for you, singles, is that it'll be a miracle. It's something that you're not actively manifesting in, something that is more magnetized to you, or something that you're able to partake in and move forward in. It's like the opportunity comes by a miracle. You're in the same place at the same time as this person, and you're on the same frequency, so you're able to move forward. But it's not like something that you have to do the most for. You know, all this that Spirit is saying is for your own benefit, so that you can be freed, so that you're not triggered when you're in new experiences, so that you don't have resentment towards yourself, so that you can live, you know, free, essentially. Expecting miracles says miracles are blossoming into my life. Spirit wants the very best for you, singles. What I can say is there is a relationship offer coming through, but there's, you know, we already talked about it in depth. Something that energetically or physically needs to be closed upon, cut off, put in its place. And then I feel like the only biggest obstacle is you from that point. We have the first house that literally came up, and the idealist with Libra. So it's like, you know what you want. Fifth house of passion. You're ready to be stimulated and excited, trying, like that's the stars coming together in your favor. But there's huge mental or emotional or internal blocks that will arise once this relationship is here. And I feel like that's why Spirit didn't focus. As much as I tried to go back, like, Spirit, okay, tell me about this connection. Tell me about this person. Spirit just kept going to you, because they could be the best person in the world. But if you're fighting yourself, you're not going to let them in. You know, if you can't fully accept yourself, how is anyone else going to accept you, or what can they do for you? You know, so I feel like this relationship can only be as good as your relationship with yourself. But beyond that, it is coming regardless, and it's not something that'll be taken away from you. It is something that you will experience, and you'll get to have. So that's what I have for you. My Etsy shop is in the description. If you'd like a private tarot reading or custom spell work, I offer that on Etsy down below. That is what I have for you today. I love you. I'll talk to you soon.